Last night, for the second time in 3 nights, we got the Battle of Pennsylvania, and Crosby had the opportunity to make a little history. But before we get to that, I thought it'd be fun to go down memory lane a bit. Over the years, it has been a pleasure to watch the Battle of Pennsylvania. And while this rivalry can really be traced back to the 70s, for myself, growing up in the Crosby era, it was this time period that reignited and cemented what this rivalry was and meant. Even 11 years later now, it's the 2012 playoff series that I still think about. Now, not so much the outcome, but the journey. Just 2 weeks before that series began, these two met in the regular season in a game the Flyers took, but it wasn't before a big open ice hit on now GM Danny Briere late in the game. That caused a brawl at center ice, and was followed by one of my favorite moments ever, when Peter Laviolette and Tony Granato got in a screaming match on the benches. Now obviously this set the tone for the series that was soon to come, and as for that playoff series, while the reigning champs and the Penguins were favored, the Flyers were formidable opponents and took a commanding 2-game series lead in Pittsburgh. In the third game though, with the Flyers up again, things boiled over. Crosby and Giroux shared a fair exchange of words, but after a while, things simmered down, and that's when Crosby would swat away Voracek's glove, and everything reignited as Crosby and Giroux would finally go at it. And it was after that third game that Crosby just couldn't hold back.
So when you knocked Voracek's glove was on the ice and you hit it away, was that just out of frustration?
I don't like any guy on their team there, so his glove was near me, went to pick it up, and I pushed it. So yeah, that's...
Because what, I'm sorry?
I don't like him.
Why don't you like him?
Because I don't like him. I don't like any guy on their team.
So again, while it goes way back, it was this moment that reignited and cemented this rivalry in my mind. Just an amazing time in my life as a young hockey fan. So needless to say, when these two teams play, it hits a little harder. So let's get into it. While the Flyers were able to keep Crosby off the goal sheet last game, doing so back-to-back was going to be tough, and sure enough, late in the first period, the Penguins get loose, Gensel dishes it to Crosby, and staying hot, he scores his 14th of the year. Certainly an impressive start to the year, but what's more is that with this goal, he now has 125 career points against the Flyer in 85 games. More points against Philly than anyone in NHL history. There's something almost poetic about it. After some great goaltending got us to the midway point of the game, TK to Forster and rips it home for his 3rd straight game with a goal. And just like that, we were all square. From here on out, fantastic goaltending on both ends meant we got a hard-fought battle that needed extra time. For the 2nd straight game, regulation proved not enough, but this time no shootout. As midway through overtime, set play off the face-off breaks the Flyers out of their zone, 2-on-1 the other way, and Couturier, game winner, takes a big 2 points against the Pens as they beat them back to back. Now, what's worth noting is the Penguins' power play is horrendous. Penguins went 0 for 3 on the power play again, as they now haven't scored a power play goal in 3 weeks. 0 for 29 over the last 11 games. With the talent they have, it's somewhat unbelievable. But hey, another great game. Fun to relive this rivalry a bit, but that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.